pretty much say that two of those places have been decided. Of course, Chen and To were supreme in their match against Capella and Castro. But the winner of this match will take on Jiang and Wei, who were pushed, by the way, today, earlier on court 1. But that's going to be a big task in the semi-finals tomorrow. However, we are focused on the match at hand between these two pairs, making for the second time in their career. But another exciting mixed doubles pair from China. And then you've got Midorikawa and Saito, who are trying to fill into the shoes of Watanabe and Higashino, and the success that those two had on the biggest stages for Japan. And they've done pretty well, got to say, especially this year with the Asian Championships, and now here trying also to medal at the World Championships. You see the head-to-head, Midorikawa and Saito lead that head-to-head record 1-0. And that was at the Indonesia Masters this year, where they won 15 and 17. But Guo and Chen, always dangerous. The All England champions, of course, they are. And they did it by beating Feng and Wei, Bobby, who, of course, because they mixed the partnerships up a little bit, Team China, that kind of maybe was not the best pairing they could face. But Guo and Chen had a really good showing of themselves, didn't they? And Chen.
Yeah, they did, and that was also the pair, Feng Yangzhe, Huang Dongping, who lost out to Midorikawa and Saito in the Asian Championships. So when they lose, they seem to set up great results for other pairs.
Well, we saw that this is Guo Xinhua's third World Championships appearance, but as a pair, it's their debut. Guo partnered up earlier with Zhang Shuxian and lost in round 2 in 21 and 22. This is now a different look to Guo Xinhua and Chen Fanghui. World number 7's highest was 5. As you see there, straight games win over 2 Chinese Taipei pairs on the way. But the impressive one was against Yang and Hu, the 13 Cs. Look at that, 13 and 10. They wasted no time at all on court. Win-loss record at 23-11, 68%. Just the one quarter-final loss this year. They're 4-1. We'll talk about that in a bit. But as we look at Hiroki Midorikawa, I beg your pardon, the world number 9, 25 years of age. Number 8 in the world is the highest they've reached. That was in May this year. He and his partner, Natsu Saito, who's also 25 from Saitama. This is their third World Championships appearance. Lost in round 2 in 2022 to Lamsfus and Lohau of Germany. That was in 3 games. And then in the last edition, lost in round 1 to Rivaldi and Montari. So this is their best run at a World Championships already. Looking to go better, of course, looking to get among the medals. Saw off their teammates, Shimogami and Hobara, in the first round, straight games. But look at that. That was a big win against Puavaranukroh and Pierce Sampran. 49 minutes.
They keep, every few months, they keep getting a big win. I am waiting to be truly impressed with Midorikawa and Saito. The times I've seen them play and commentated on them, they're difficult to break down. You know, they make it hard for opponents, and if opponents don't have a great day, if they're not fully focused, the Japanese pair can find a way to win. I don't see them as world beaters. Yes, they're in the top 10. Yes, they're sort of there and thereabouts quite often. I think the big tournaments they've done well in, they've had relatively good draws, and they've had a freak result where, for example, Feng Yangzhe, Huang Dongping, they beat on the way to the Asian Championships, where they got into the medals there. I think, well, the final. I think they made the final.
Sorry, not gold. The gold medal match, yeah.
Guo and Chen won the All England and deserved to win the All England. They were great that week, and it's credit to them. And they've had some other pretty fantastic results over the last year or so. They're semi-final in Singapore, semi-final in China, got to the final of the Indonesian Masters, semi-final in Japan, and they were good results. They were playing well to their level and deserved that. And I think it would be another fairly freakish result for Midorikawa and Saito to make it through to the semi-finals, but this is sport.
Yes.
And we've seen some shocks this week. Many shocks this week.
We've seen a lot of shocks this week.
Yeah, let's see how it pans out. But for me, the Chinese are big favourites.
Play.
Be Saito who serves to get this quarterfinal going.
Service over, 1 love.
If Guo and Chen were to win, of course, they would face their teammates Yang and Wei, and that would assure China a place in the final. I'm sure that's part of the grander strategy in mixed doubles.
China have really led the way in mixed doubles over the year. Obviously, the top seeds out early in the tournaments, Feng and Huang, but there's tons of quality elsewhere. Tom Jikel and Delphine Delroux on home soil are favourites on paper, actually. Today against another Chinese pair in the quarter-final, Chen Xing and Zhang Qi, but they are dangerous, those two, and I make it an even battle. We might see 3 Chinese pairs in the semi-finals tomorrow.
Lovely net shot from
3
Chen there.
And that's 3 Chinese pairs. Obviously, there's a long way to go, this one and the other match against the French, but they're favourites for me. Slight favourites against the French. I don't know why, I've just got that feeling. They're definite favourites here in this one. And that's without the #1 pair in the world from China.
Which is what is scary about how good the Chinese mixed doubles are. They've just sort of really perfected the art of pairing the right kind of players up together.
Yeah, they keep mixing things around.
Yeah.
You know, they'll settle a pair in the run-up to a major normally, which they have done for a few months to get here for these pairs, and certainly for the Olympics. But after that Olympic cycle, that's when not just Chinese mixed, but Chinese all sorts of pairs, and Koreans and Japanese, you know, they're all changing things. Even the Malaysians were doing the same thing when To and Wei, To and Chen?
Chen Tangjie and To.
Yeah, I think they were citing off-court issues at times, but you know, the ability as a nation to make changes and see what will happen.
Service over, 1-4.
We've seen Hong Dong-Ping play with other partners, Wei Yashin has, even this year as well. They've just got such strength and depth in doubles in China, and so many options.
Well, they're finally on the scoreboard, Midorikawa and Saito. But
service over,
Guo and Chen, who's just made the solid start. You saw the point that Midorikawa and Saito had to win. They really had to grind out that point. Unlike their opponents, they've been pretty quick.
Service over, 2-5.
Last tournament for both these pairs with the China Open. Guo and Chen getting to the semi-finals, losing to Feng and Huang. But Midorikawa and Saito lost in just round 2 to Hushar Janto and Wijaja, and that's where you were talking about the consistencies and not, you know, it's that one result every so often that just puts them in the spotlight.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think we have really good competitive matches with pairs that are sort of between 10, 20, even 25 in the world, and it feels like that's where they ought to be settled. But because of those terrific performances, I suppose you could argue, on occasion they've grabbed a load of ranking points and got themselves inside the top 10. And all credit to them for doing that. Don't get me wrong, I'm just not convinced they really belong anywhere near the sort of top 8, top 5, and of course they're sat at 9th right now.
I mean, it's a very, and also given that they have to follow in the footsteps of someone like Watanabe and Higashino, you know, where they really sort of gave the Chinese a hard time, the Chinese pairs,
Service
and
over.
sort of deserved
7-4.
their, you know, #1 ranking, their bronze medals, all of it.
Yeah,
Gold medal, all of it.
that's right. And I think the way I see it is, if I'm Denmark's Toftel Mæland or Christiansen
Vestergaard.
Boyer
Okay.
or
Vestergaard and Bush,
maybe not.
they're much lower on the rank.
Well, they're good. I just don't think they're quite at that level yet. But Chung-Sing Jiang-Chi from China, if I'm Kushianto Wijaya, Uptong, they're brilliant, I think, Uptong and Sujai Praparat from Thailand. If I'm one of those pairs, and I'm ranked between 10 and 20 in the world, which they all are, I'm going into some of these bigger tournaments in the World Tour, Super Thousands, 750s, unseeded. Now, there's a good chance then I'm going to face one of the top seeds, the top 8, let's say, early on.
Yeah.
100% of the time, I want that to be Midorikawa and Saito. That's my reasoning. I'd rather face them as a seed than any other pair from the top 10 in the world.
Well, as we go and try and dissect the rankings and how things work, Midorikawa and Saito doing well, doing their job quietly. That's 3 points in a row for, sorry, 2 points in a row for the Japanese.
Service over.
Trying to close the gap.
9-6.
I know that Yuto Watanabe is in Paris. And maybe he's had a word with them.
Yeah, maybe he has.
Service over.
We got a nice shot of him commentating for Japanese TV, didn't we, the other day?
Yes. Kenta Momota and Yuto Watanabe are here for Japanese TV. But maybe he's had a chat with Midorikawa and Saito about what it takes to beat the Chinese pair.
Coverage from Chen. Good rally, best rally we've seen.
Service over.
Short of a length there from
7.
Midorikawa.
Chinese was really well patterned here. Great movement and rotation. Didn't look like they were going to break down, you know?
Yeah. No.
That's a loose one.
11-7 interval.
Straight into the net, Saito, and that means that it's Guo and Chen, the #7 seeds, who go into the break 11-7 up. We're pretty happy with the way they started. Just 8 minutes played, and they have a 4-point advantage.
やるんだっていう準備をしっかりちゃんとしてこれやっていこう。あと昨日みたいにさ、やっぱネット前あれだけこうできたっていうところを自分でやれると思って自信持ってやらない。それは絶対大事。こういう時試合になったら一番最初のラリーもさ、いいラリーしてるんだけど1点取った時に相手が思いっきり気合い声出してきた。ああいうような気持ちをこっちも出しにってやってたから、それがこういう時絶対大事。やるんだと思って。結構前さばいたら相手も簡単に上げてくるから、スマッシュ叩いた後の次の球になんとか狙えるように前だけこだわってやってる。
11-7. Play.
Back on court at 11-7 up. Guo serves to resume game 1. Nice work by Chen there. Finds that space between her two opponents. Just going behind Saito.
Service over. 8-12.
Superb defense, just pure reactions from Chen, who was on the floor. Power of this forehand drive from Midorikawa, almost sending her flying. Still, she recovers.
And gets it over.
Yeah. Japan should have kept that shuttle in play.
A spot of trouble here now. 5-point difference. We get into the middle stages of this opening game. China having had the lead from the start.
Service over, 9-13.
Yeah, just killing things off confidently.
Service over, 14.
That's where I think this pair from China and many others have got a dynamic attack. They can really put pressure on you and make it hard for you to defend, and that for me is what the Japanese pair here are lacking slightly.
We saw earlier in the day where Jiang and Wei actually were pushed by Hu and Cheng of Malaysia in that opening game, eventually taking it, I think it was 25-23.
Service over.
I don't know if we'll get to see this again. It was happened so fast, but this is outrageous from Midorikawa.
That's a long. 25-23 in that first game.
15.
Sort of, showing that there are holes in the Chinese game that you can sort of penetrate, get through.
It's good from Saito. Good control.
12-15.
Rallies have been relatively short in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Service over.
Well, I can't afford to give away too many of those kind of points, that's for sure, because Ko and Chen are already sort of in such good rhythm that you have to try and break it. You have to try and sort of, trouble them.
And I think they're trying to emphasize that in the first few shots as well.
Yeah.
I don't think the Japanese pair want the longer rallies. And you can understand it, as I said earlier, the Chinese are so well patterned, footwork's great, they cover each other so well and so fast, moving around each other and side to side. There is Kento and Mota looking on. Oh, superb.
He's
18.
a very busy man between coaching, playing, of course, still for his club, now doing some media work. It's just
Service over, 13-18.
I wonder whether he misses being on these kind of courts, the World Championships, of course, somewhere Momota found success in. And it was Shiuchi, who's on court 1, that lost to him famously in 2019.
Service over,
2018,
19,
I beg your pardon.
13.
That's a terrific attack from the Chinese pair there. Chen was really going across the body of Saito, just relentless, getting that shorter lift for Guo. Yeah, Momota, of course, he misses it. He must do. Such a shame for all of us. No less for him. That career was cut a bit short. But yeah, Chinese in good position here.
7 game points. Haven't really been troubled. Always maintained like a 3-4 point lead at all times. Oh, lovely drop.
Has to rely on that deception. I don't think
14,
he has the power
20.
from the rear court in the back tram lines. And that's one of the reasons why I don't see them as a massive threat all the time. It's more easy to defend if you don't quite have the big smash. But he definitely has that deception. Some lovely drop shots in there from Midorikawa.
Game.
Well, they do it all on the second time.
First game won by Kung
Guo and
Chen
Chen, 21-14.
21-14.
Taken this opening game in a confident way. Like I said, always held a gap of a minimum of, I think the lowest was 2 points.
ね、男女ともに前に詰めてきた回数が多いからさ、
Haven't
やれたとこあるけど、
really
逆
been
に今度
troubled
こっち
this
がここに
opening game.
詰めてい
Be
け
fair
る
to
よ
say.
うに、緑はたまに後ろだけじゃなくて前こだわって詰めてもいいと思う。
Japanese with all the work to
そこ
do
狙って
now.
ても大丈夫。レシーブするならするでちゃんと昨日より比べたら全然取れると思うし、そこしっかり頑張って。とにかく前でどれだけ先に女子が触って作れるかで攻めるチャンス絶対増えると思うから、そここだわってやって。昨日のイメージしっかり持って、あと気迫ね、そこしっかり大事。 戻るのはいいんだよ。ちょっとだけでも気持ちもう一回。
把它这个变速的时候，这个回头打的这个，我把它架好就行了啊。
现在其实是真挑起来，他那个杀球对我们没有威胁，我们只要对好节奏就行。
准备快一点，因为他那边可能会有点痛。
而且那个斋藤啊，他发球还是有点快，对，所以你卡下他的节奏，对。
然后我要往，就是我老是就一顺手就他就直接就是拿了。
对他真发不好，你就推他，或者是往高对往高走，他俩发球都很好，就是往前的时候。所以有时候发球我们要想好，
两边接，然后
对
自己连再抓，
不要想的太复杂，就他真发的好，你要么就抢错，你让他有本事，你让他直接来抹下来，他抹不下来。
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Lovely pictures there of the women's doubles warming up. The Stoeva sisters, the European champions. They look in a good mood. That'll be a fun match coming up here in Court 2. Very energetic pairs, Stan and Tina and the Stoevas.
It's going to be the thriller. Brilliant from the Stoevas yesterday, and Chen and Tina, one of the most exciting pairs to watch in the world. That's going to be brilliant.
Second game.
Here we go. Game 2. Guo and Chen have the advantage, 21-14. They took the first game. And Chen will serve in the second. Yeah, he changed his mind late, but it was the right decision by Guo. The other thing that I always, I know the Chinese team is a very big one. It's a massive entourage. They always produce players. But the fact that they can put 2, 3, 4 pairs, especially in the mixed doubles, sometimes in the women's doubles, so quickly and so close to each other to come bring, and these are top 3, top 4 pairs, is something I find exceptional, to find that quality.
Yeah,
service over 1-2.
And it's similar in women's doubles.
Yeah.
It's almost there in men's doubles too. Maybe not quite, but it's close. And of course, men's and women's singles, they've just got such a big, well-rounded squad. Whereas Japan, decent level at women's doubles, and they've enjoyed the women's singles over the last 10 years as well. I want to see how Miyazaki settles to be the next generation in women's singles, but they don't have necessarily the men's game. Men's doubles pairs aren't quite where they used to be, and
service over 3.
the men's singles do okay.
Yeah.
But they don't tend to be threatening.
I'm just
the
trying
major
to think
medals.
if is there another nation that kind of produces
Korea are
at
doing
the
pretty
rate.
well. Yeah, I mean Korea have got
service over
women's and
2,
men's, of course,
3.
and looking the future looking pretty good for mixed as well. Women's singles, of course, have got An So-young and a few further downs, but they don't really. John's done okay this week in Korea for men, but they haven't got the men's singles. They haven't got the strength and depth certainly in men's singles. Korea.
Again, a good start, solid start by Guo and Chen.
Good rotation again from the Chinese. That is lovely.
Oh, he's trying to out-muscle his opponents there.
There was a point there where Chen was really outstretched, and Guo had to
Well, look, it was
get to
going
the net
wide.
and cover. That's great. That's a good rally.
5-2.
I don't know whether they should have attempted to play that shot. Might have gone wide. At the pace it was traveling, the shuttle. But I guess they don't want to take any chances.
Yeah, and in a way, there's certain situations where you can toy with the lines. On serve, for example, a short serve, when you've got some pair really aggressively attacking your serve, it's a common tactic to serve a little bit short because they're so committed and they can't risk leaving it. And that drive was in a situation where you don't have a moment to reflect. You don't get time to choose.
Yeah.
Your reactions, just play the shot, or I can't leave it. If it falls in, I'll look silly.
Yeah.
So it's clever from Guo.
I mean, the pace at which these exchanges are being played at, the intensity, has really picked up in the second game. Guo and Chen do not want this to go any longer than it should. You can see that in the way they're taking this game on. And I think even she's having a look over in between breaks how his teammates are doing.
Oh, nice. Good touch from Chen. Good pace of rally. The Japanese trying to hold it together, but how many times now in the match have we seen that when the rally gets a bit longer and it's flat and fast? Errors from either of the Chinese pair.
The intensity is really high from Guo and Chen. Just automatically putting the pressure on the Japanese. We won't have time to think through these points as much.
Wow, look at the speed there of Guo Xinhui. He actually was so fast. He got in his own partner's way and just beat her to the mark. They left the court a bit exposed.
This is the biggest lead they've had in this game now. 6 points, 4 in a row.
Wow.
There's no let up.
If we get
basically.
to see this again, that was terrific from Chen. That right leg out. She was looking to cover that drive up the line. And when you get that right, you really feel and look like a hero. That was impressive.
I just think that, you know, the first game they played very solid, very good badminton. But now you're just feeling that eagerness, that energy a lot more
11-3
in the way they're going about this second game. 11-3, 8-point advantage. It's all going their way.
Yeah, they're a level above Midorikawa and Saito. I felt it was a little predictable going into this one.
Code 2, 20 seconds. Code 2, 20 seconds. Play.
Ready to resume game 2. 11-3. Kind of steamrolled their opponents in this opening half, it'd be fair to say, Bobby. Intensity is very high from the Chinese.
Yeah, they've stepped it up a gear,
12-3.
especially in the middle of the second. And it's been too much pressure for Midorikawa and Saito to cope with.
Yeah, wide.
A lot of mistakes today from the Japanese pair.
3.
I need a completely different strategy here. Completely different tactic here. Because they're really allowing Guo and Chen to control these exchanges. That one, of course,
4-13.
stops the run.
Yeah, that's where the left-hander, right-hander combination can let you down. They both left backs for each other's backhand.
5-13, play.
Asking to change the shuttle, but umpire says play on. 13-5.
Queuing up around the service line, the Chinese. How much pressure? The Japanese under straight away again. They get away with it this time.
6-13.
It's a nice little fight back here from Midorikawa and Saito. Plenty more to go.
Good defense from Chen.
She's been very good with the defense.
Yeah, she's been great in the mid-court.
Oh, again, look at that.
They
I mean, she even had time to hesitate and then still play it back.
6.
Yeah, she did. The pace of the shuttle was such that she had a chance to sort of play it twice. It came off the net cord, I think. That's what caused a small issue. But if the Japanese can't get through with that kind of rally from that position, how are they going to win points? It's all right not losing points. It's a difference. There is a slight difference there, but
I think we can count the winners on our fingertips at the moment, Bobby.
oh dear.
15-6.
Yeah, it's been a great defensive display when needed today from the Chinese pair. And they look lightning fast in that driving rally situation, that mid-court battle. And forecourt, for that matter, lots of pressure.
Yep. I think, the forecourt where they come charging forward, you know, just take the incentive, take the initiative, and that just closes the Japanese out completely.
Yeah, quite a lot of the time forcing a mistake from one of the Japanese players.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's the wrong shot. He was in good position there.
Yeah.
Go Shinhwa, and Midorikawa lifted it straight back to his forehand. This one. Asking for trouble.
10-point advantage now for Guo and Chen.
Good save.
You know, apart from 2021, where of course the World Championships was hampered with COVID, didn't have the full field. The last time China didn't make a semi-final in mixed doubles was 2009 at the World Championships. That's how long they have been part of the mix, part of the medals.
Yeah, there was a bit of a changing of the guard around then.
Yeah.
A few big retirements. Shortly after, a very young Chinese team, and I think there was a
Service over. 17.
I'm not sure if it was that year. I don't think it was actually, but there was a bit of a gap in the junior performance, which is a surprise because normally the World Juniors in the individuals and the mixed team event get completely dominated by China so often.
I know. I mean, they went through a period where they were sweeping all the disciplines, or at least 4 or 5 of the disciplines. In the late 90s, early 2000s. But look at that. I mean, that, you know, it's very reflective of the Japanese mood. Is, you know, the shoulders are down.
Yeah, it's a great setup, though.
They're not feeling.
Well, that's where you've got the deception there from Go Shinhwa. Just turned that cross with a delightful shot to set up the attack. Gets over to his right round the head and hits a devastating smash. That, for me, is where Midorikawa doesn't have that ability. He's got a few deceptive shots and he can move fast, but he definitely doesn't have the power. And so when you can absorb that defense, in a way, I get the feeling that if the shuttle into the rear corners and letting Midorikawa have a go, and I don't think the scoreline would be that different.
So now 2 points away from semi-final place. Guo and Chen will be their first semi-final at a World Championships, of course, which will be such a big moment for the All England champions, who are trying to, they're also trying to share the limelight with Jiang and Wei and Feng and Huang. So this will be a nice sort of announcement that they're here. It's not one-time, one-hit wonders with the All England title. They are big competitors on the biggest stages.
Service over 8-19.
But the other mixed doubles quarterfinal that's about to take place on court 1. And the big yell for Jiquel and Delru.
Yeah, the crowd going mad for their, is it their last remaining French athletes?
Yes.
In the world, I think it is. And
it is, they're the last remaining.
And they're favourites on paper with the ranking. I think they've got a tough match ahead, though, against a very strong, another strong Chinese pairing, as I mentioned earlier.
Killed it off with so much vengeance. And it's brought up multiple match points here for the number 7 seeds.
Destruction today of Midorikawa and Saito.
And,
Body
China guaranteed a place in the final. Should this be won now in the next couple of points?
Yeah, I think the body language there of the Japanese just tells its own story. Not really been in this match.
Oh, lucky. Well, they really have been dismantled in the second game.
20.
The Japanese charge. Weren't even given a look in by Guo and Chen in game 2. 20 now. 1 game match point save. Plenty more to go here.
Good rotation. Should be all over. It is.
Yeah, it was easy pickings in the end for Guo and Chen, especially in the second game. It'd be fair to say 21-9. They're through to their first ever World Championships semi-final. Be delighted by that. 32 minutes? 21-14, 21-9. And they're still talking about strategy after a win like that. Coach still having a few things to say at the end.
Yeah, it was a comfortable win for them. Fairly good draw for this Chinese pair, and waltzing through this quarter-final.
Yeah.
Especially the second, absolutely dominated their Japanese opponents today.
Well, they're going to face Jiang and Wei in the semi-final, and like we said a few times, that means that China are assured a place in the mixed doubles final as a result. Well, confirmation of the score, a straight games win for Guo and Chen. Coming up, it's the final match of the day in the morning session. It's Gabriela and Stephanie Stoeva going up against Balitan and Tina Muralitharan of Malaysia. That's women's doubles that's coming up.
Well, the Arc de Triomphe, the Eiffel Tower as well. Terrific scenes of the Paris landscape. Here on quarterfinals day at the Badminton World Championships 2025. We're on court 2 and we're looking at a terrific lineup in the women's doubles coming up next for you. Gabriela and Stephanie Stoeva of Bulgaria taking on the second seeds from Malaysia, Pearly Tan and Tina Muralitharan. Well, there's one set of names confirmed for the semi-finals. The Japanese